Hi, I'm Alan.
My name's Henry.
Welcome to this edition of Right or Shite.
Today we're going to be reviewing Eli Roth's The Hostel. Apparently the scariest movie in a decade according to Ain't It Cool News, as advertised on the front cover. Alan, what do you think? Was it the scariest movie in a decade?
Definitely not.
Yeah, same for me.
Only for the first 30 or 35 minutes.
Wow, 45 minutes.
45, were you counting?
No, but it took a while for the film
to... 45, right?
Yeah, it took a while for the film to get going. The characters open up in Amsterdam. They're three American backpackers.
Doing a European trip.
Yeah, having fun, meeting women, drinking, partying and whatnot.
Doing all the good stuff.
Looking for the next big party.
And then they hear about this hostel in Slovakia, Bratislava, Slovakia, which is a real cool place.
They go there and very soon become fodder for underground torture chamber. There's a group of American
and German businessmen that pay big bucks to torture and kill people.
Yeah.
And funny as it may sound or may seem, but anyway, they go to this town, these three guys, and they yeah, this is supposed to be a serious movie too, but anyway, once the movie gets going, two of the...
It was Monty Python-esque, but yeah.
two of the trio get bumped off in a really gory way. They get enticed down to this, basically it's a torture chamber, an old factory, in the foundations of an old factory.
Yeah, there's two German guys that have paid money to have their torture fantasies fulfilled. So they dispatch these two guys, and it's quite gross once it gets going, but I just didn't think there was enough gross footage.
Yeah, this movie took too long to get going for me.
Yeah, I don't think it was the grossest film in over a decade. No. Certainly in 2 decades, it doesn't compete. There
was flashes where it was really, it was quite gory for me, especially when the guy gets his Achilles tendons cut.
Yeah, but it was, I don't know. What about like when the knees were drilled? You didn't see it. And if it were Alan and I making the film, we would have gotten a prosthesis of, a kneecap. We would have filled it full of chicken bones.
Chicken bones, a bit of blood.
Yeah, blood and chicken bones, and you would have seen, have the drill bit going in and out, and all the bones, churning away, and they could have done.
I think also they were trying to play on your mind a little bit with this movie. There's some things that were done here that were, when I was watching, I was cringing for a little bit.
Yeah.
For a few seconds.
I mean, what about when the?
But to match up the scariest movie in a decade, I think they could have did a lot more.
The Japanese girl, she's wearing a prosthesis and her eyes hanging out. And of course, it's a piece of rubber, and it's just hanging out there. So the character, instead of popping it back in, he gives it a slip, takes it off.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. She should have popped it back in.
Yeah.
She's only got one eye now.
Yeah, but it wasn't particularly gross, though, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, and all the effects were a little bit kind of amateurish, but maybe it's meant to be that way. I don't know what they were trying to do with
What I liked best about this film actually were the two German torturers, I guess you would call them, customers to this.
Customers was a good word.
Yeah, I mean they were very well cast, kind of funny. Well, not funny, but I mean.
Well, they were kind of funny. They were extremely cruel, and this part of their private life, they pay big money to kill off
American tourists. Yeah, I don't know if do they have pent up hostilities left over from World War II against the Americans?
Well, certainly the second guy did, the skinny guy.
Yeah,
he used this. It was like a garden hoe, 3-pronged garden hoe to dispatch his victim.
But I mean, this is what they're playing on, and it doesn't look like this. So this is your movie marketing guy's artist rendition.
I think
to sell the film, but
I think he liked gardening on the side, and he brought his gardening tools with him.
It's possible.
He brought his rake and his garden fork. And
actually, I like that scene when he's wielding a chainsaw, and he slips on the blood, and whoops, he falls backwards, and drops the chainsaw, and ends up cutting his leg off. I mean, that was almost Monty Python-esque. It was quite funny, actually.
Yeah, he deserved what he got. That was a good part of the movie for me. I really liked that. Yeah, it was real fun,
But the other fellow survives, and there's a good amount of satisfaction in the film because
there's revenge.
There's revenge, and
only one of the 3 Americans survive, and the one that survives gets revenge on him. We're not going to tell you how. You need to watch the movie yourself.
Yeah.
But we overall liked this movie.
Yeah, we liked the movie. We just wish it took a little bit less time to get going.
And more gore.
Yeah, once it got going, the gore sessions I think were a bit too.
A little bit on the short side.
Yeah, constrained by the budget. I would probably. According to the featurette on the film, they didn't have. It seemed like they were on a limited budget and a limited time, filming over in Czechoslovakia.
They could have spent more time with you know, the guy trying to get out the torture chamber.
Yeah.
And he got out too easily for me. But
oh, the third, yeah, the
maybe,
guy, yeah.
Maybe that's going to be in Hostel 2.
Yeah,
Who
hopefully.
knows?
Hopefully.
Or Hostel 3 or 5 or whatever it's going to come
Yeah.
out.
Anyhow, so what it boils down to is we have to tell you whether we think this film was right or shite. Alan, how was it for you?
Well, normally we don't hang about on this you know, these reviews.
No, we
I'm
don't.
going to give it a right.
Yeah, same here. Right is right on. So check it out, watch it, but you don't have to be concerned about your friends telling you that it's ultra scary or ultra gross, because we've seen it all before.
And if you're easily offended,
Haven't
you know, keep watching, and
Yeah.
you might start to like these movies. And yeah, this is supposed to be a serious movie.